It's been rainy for the last few days and like overcast and really quite pleasant. Anyway, welcome back to Honeybee Farmstead. Thank you so much for joining us. We're really glad you're here. Today we are going to put together a video. It's probably a little bit higgledy-piggledy, so please bear with us because we did a huge pig butchering, as you would have seen on the last video. Or one of the last videos. Anyway, as a part of that process... Oh, hi boys. I have an audience. I love turkeys. Anyway, the pig butchering video. We ended up with a lot of, because it was a big male pig that hadn't been desexed as a piglet, the meat develops a sort of stronger smell to it. It's not, I mean, some people it's offensive. In fact, I know people that say to me that they can tell when the shop bacon has been made from a female pig or a male pig by the smell of it, which, to be honest, I don't doubt, because I can definitely see how that works, because you can sort of smell the difference. But it's not offensive to me and it doesn't bother me. Alex, on the other hand, it does. So what we did with a lot of the pig from this lot is turned it into charcuterie, which is dried, cured, that sort of thing. So we have some salamis hanging in the fridge that Alex made really late one night. Because doing these processes takes such a long time. Like the prosciutto that I'm about to show you guys won't be ready for like 2 years, 2 whole years. But it's one of those things that, it'll be a celebration when it's ready, right? It is a giant prosciutto, probably the biggest that probably there ever was. I haven't seen on any of the videos I've been watching to learn how to do it any bigger. So we are being very conscious of the weighting that we're using to keep weight on the pig leg and sort of flatten it down. You need the weight and you need the salt to get all of the liquid out. So we're going to go into the meat room and show you what the go is. All right, in we go to the meat room. So I don't know whether I showed you guys this, but I'll go forwards. This is the fly strip. Keep all the flies out. Now it's all been cleaned and reset. I scored a heap of Hessian sacks from a coffee house, so they're being stored in here as well, because this is rat and mice proof, this room. It's completely sealed all the way around.
Unless you leave it open, but...
We're not doing that.
No.
Okay, so I'm going to set you guys up because I'm going to pull this big leg of ham out. It's a ham leg that we turned into a prosciutto. What I didn't remember to tell you guys, actually I'm going to get Brock to try and help. If I forget anything, call it out when I'm done. Yep. So what we did to make sure that we preserve pretty much the entire animal is we have smoked all of the bones and offcuts in the Weber to use for pea ham soups and things like that during the winter. We took as much of the lard as we could possibly use and fat, and we minced it down and then rendered it down into liquid, like shelf-stable lard. We used... we made a heap of sausages and chorizo. We made salamis. We've made the prosciutto leg. The other leg we boned out and we used both sides of the leg on either side of the bone as a thing called hang on, let me look it up because I'm not used to making this one. This is new to us. Culatello? Culatello. So it is an Italian style dry aged pork, and we've ordered some butcher's netting vegetable dry aging wrap, and we're going to be able to make a stuff called sunya paste, which is essentially rice flour and lard, and I'm going to add pepper to it as well because pepper stops any sort of bugs and things. You make it into a paste and you paste it on the meaty parts when it's at different aging stages.
Dry age.
Yeah, it's dry aging. And so we're hoping, because it's got 27 days before we can actually pull that out. This is a type that you cover in your salt and pepper brine, and you do 3% salt. And you put it in a vac seal bag once it's completely covered, and you vacuum seal it and you leave it for like 27 days. Make sure it stays vacuum sealed, of course. And then once that process is done, you move on with the next stage of the process, and that will be about 12 months of dry aging and hanging. So yeah, a lot of lovely charcuterie coming our way. So for now though, we are going to vac seal the pork bones that have been smoked, and we're going to check our prosciutto. So let's do it.
What's charcuterie?
Charcuterie is like the art of processed and aged meats.
Right.
So even things like salamis, all those sorts of things that you have on what they call a charcuterie board. It's upside down. No, it's not. There she goes. We use labels to tell us exactly what it is so that we don't forget. What's the date today? 27?
28.
Good. 28th, 3rd, 23. Smoked bones. Just like that. I think I prefer the pen.
Yeah.
So we just... There we go. Alright.
How do you cut this?
What?
Look.
I'm trying to...
Oh.
Right, hang on. Yep. No. So seal the bottom first and then you do it. Alright, let's check these out. Were these the smoked plates?
Yeah. Oh.
They smell amazing. I wish we had smell-o-vision. So where are we going to put this?
So bouncing around here, guys. One more bag. While you're making it, I'll do the labels. This is super heavy. I'll explain. Concrete bags on top.
Inside of these plastic bags is concrete, 20 kilo concrete bags.
Like 40 kilos.
Two of them. Can you unplug the vac sealer so we can get that out of the way? And I've put these concrete bags are on top of.
Concrete.
Yeah, wait. There's a metal tray. Just lift the whole tray. Yep, that's it. Just place it over there. Oh yes, look how much liquid came out. All right. Now I have to show you guys. I am going to insert, probably right here,
Or after this clip.
a video on us starting this process. This This is the biggest prosciutto anyone ever had.
Yeah, we've really...
Pack it in the ball joint. It's alright, babe.
Bugger.
Upside down. Film your face.
This looks like the tenant. Doesn't it, babe?
Yeah, honey. That's the bit you meant to clean up. So what are you doing there, Melzy?
I'm packing all of the meat areas. Anywhere there's meat,
So stuff down in there. So stick
I
your-
am going to stick my fingers in there. Don't be afraid to slap on the salt.
But still be conservative.
A whole bag of this salt, West Australian salt, is like $20 at cash and
Yeah,
carry.
it's still a lot of money.
Yeah, but if you think about what this prosciutto is going to be worth in 2 years.
Fuck you. And then on the honeybee farm, stead menu in the next 2 years
Listen,
will
we
be
don't have a 2-year one. Mark to get later, mate. You know.
will be prosciutto, more prosciutto. I'll probably end up dying of a heart attack through the salt.
No, that gets washed off. We know this.
And sun-dried tomato.
With a bit of fresh basil. Look, down there in the meat bits. I want a good solid crust of salt. Do you reckon that's enough salt, honey?
No, it's still want to go more
Well, no,
than here.
I'm
love.
gonna, I'll get packing it.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to. Get in there. All the way around the ball joint. Pack it in. And now we also need to be conscious of the sides that touch the plastic tub. Swing this around. So yeah, usually they use a pig leg that's a wee bit smaller.
Grapefruit, grapefruit.
Wee bit smaller.
We actually want to make, we'll probably do one of the piggies.
Or one of the girls.
Yeah, not have a...
Pick him up. Pick him up again. Oh, now. Yep, no.
It's a lot of
If you wait, it's talking on the group chat at the moment.
how can I
Never go to
listen, don't laugh at me.
But
I'm determined.
that is a whole lot of hog. Should we put this other one back in the fridge? Or
No, we're cutting it. We're gonna make Coca-Cola? Is that what it's called? Capola. Coppo. Anyway, Italian, we're boning it out and using either side of the bone the meat, because then that's a boneless piece of cured ham.
I reckon we cut it in 4 pieces since it's cut up meat. Let's simplify the...
And that one will be a bit different because that's going to have pepper and salt, because we want to try and flavour it even a little bit.
This is more of our traditional...
We're just relying on the flavours in the pork.
Okay, go do it into. Listen to me. Go do it into your gallery.
Listen,
I'll help you.
our sons, Brock and Eli 2.0, are warring over their YouTube channels.
No, there's no warning. No YouTube channel war. Trust me, I'll help you out. That's how I got mine.
I think we should have some of our limoncello.
Limoncello.
No, limoncello
In
gets
2
you
years'
pretty...
time.
It gets pretty...
Listen,
You get pretty litty
Liddy. I do get Liddy.
over
And
limoncello.
lippy.
Liddy, you get Liddy on the TV.
Yeah.
Oh, limoncello, yeah.
Yep, she does.
Limoncello is the bomb.
It's the
Looks good. Why do you have
the
my
juice of my people.
emblem?
Do you think, babe, that this is packed
Oh, listen, it's getting there. I reckon the hock needs a bit more love.
This end?
Yeah. So
What if I
maybe
just put a pile of salt on it?
no, just really stuff it in.
Stuff it into
yeah,
the,
yeah,
into
under
the
the,
skin?
yeah, like peel
Shall
back.
I lift it up?
Oh, however you want to do it. There's so many ways to skin that cat.
This is a pig, Alex.
Yes, honey.
What noise does a pig make? Depends on what you're doing to it.
Yeah. Alrighty. So what are we going to do here, Mel? How long is this going to last you?
This prosciutto,
No.
this process.
When are you next salting again?
Oh, okay. So we keep an eye on it. So in about 2 days, we'll come and check it,
Yep.
and we'll turn it and make sure there's no liquid collecting under it.
Yep. And then what? Resalt it?
Yeah. So anywhere I can see meat exposed, I need to pack the salt again. And like I'm packing up into this joint because the skin's kind of lifted.
Yeah.
And salt will stop any bacteria,
Yeah.
germs, yucky things we don't want on our...
No, I'm going to make it to 900 by the end of the week.
That's awesome, Rocco.
So we want to... Basically, the brining process is salt going all the way through the meat. Is that correct?
Yeah. So the salt draws out all the liquid.
Yeah.
And that's why we massaged out that artery to get all the blood out.
Yep.
Because that can turn a bit rancid inside.
Yep.
And that's why we're going to fully cover this. It should create a nice salty crust. It'll draw out all of the liquid. And at certain points, we will have to empty this because it will have liquid in it.
Yes.
And we'll just add more salt. Salt her up. And
how long are we doing this process for?
well, they say to do it for a day for every 2 kilos. No, sorry. 2 days for every kilo. That's what he said.
How many kilo you reckon this?
20 kilos. I think 40 days. This is a heavy, isn't it, babe? It's about a 20 kilo. Like a pig.
Listen, if you go into your
40
local
days and
butchers,
40
you're
nights.
probably getting something a little bit smaller.
It'd probably about, I mean, how big are the packages of pork you get from Aldi and
That is big. Hey, Stewie, that is big, eh?
That's how big your local butcher gets them too, apparently.
He's looking at me like you.
Stu doesn't watch my stuff anyway, it doesn't matter.
Neck minute.
All right. So that's
So
good.
I kind of think I'm going to lift this when you stop filming, my cameraman, and I'm going to get you to chuck some more salt under.
We don't have to worry about the skin, do we, darling? Why don't we have to worry about the
Because it's
skin?
its natural protector. So we already have a layer of salt under there anyway because
We
we want
do.
it to draw out liquid.
Absolutely.
But this, particularly, anywhere there's meat.
Yeah. So I'd probably go a bit more where the skin meets.
Oh, guess what else we forgot to tell everyone?
What's that, honey?
We are going to put a tray or another one of these black tubs on top of this. I don't know if it's got anywhere to go.
That's right.
Has Mum had any drinks?
No,
Excuse me.
not yet.
I plan on that.
Just having
There we go.
So the reason why we put weight on it is
is
to...
to flatten it out. Like, you know, when you see a prosciutto in the shop, it's hanging like flat.
That's the end product of flattening it out.
It
But what's
also
it do?
helps push out all the liquid.
Yes.
So the salt's drawing it out, but also the weight is pushing it all out as well.
Yeah.
And
Like a wet fart.
You know about like a colony.
no, we don't want fart smell or anything near our pig.
Otherwise, you might end up sick.
No smell. We don't want no smell. Isn't that pretty? Pretty freaking awesome. Alright, now I'm going to go make myself a limoncello. And that's just my prosciutto. Next leg, this dirty great leg that has still got hair on it. Well, not hair, but like we had to scald it. The skin's coming off and we're taking off cuts. And we're doing a different type. It's going to be a cracked pepper and salt crusted. What did they call it?
I lost it.
Capricella. I will put it in the below.
Alrighty. Alrighty, so we
Be good to.
shut it in.
No.
Now see how flat it is? It was actually bulged right out here. And putting that weight on helps push the liquid out. It's such a massive leg and we can have no liquid in here. So Brock,
Yeah.
do we have the other one of these that's clean?
Yeah, so they are.
Do you mind grabbing it for me? Oh, we've got them here. Hang on. So we cleaned everything up.
This way.
What we'll do, I think, is just trade them off into brand new clean tubs and just keep doing it that way. I feel like that'll be a much easier way to do it. And we have a massive tub of salt. We always keep tons of salt, so we've got 2 of these, one down the house and one here. And she's looking beautiful. What I think I'm going to do, darling, do you want to open that tub? And I'm going to slide this over. That's it. We put a heap of salt in the bottom so I can turn it over onto that salt. It's feeling quite firm, which is brilliant. See all this wet stuff down here? We don't want any of that. We want that completely encrusted in salt. So, do we even have anything to pick salt up? Like a cup? No, gloves. Get gloves on. See those gloves there? I'm gonna grab some too. These are just cheapies. I hate using these plastic gloves because it's environmental issue. What are you doing?
I was going to try to scoop them up.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
More?
More?
That's it, I'll do it. Alright, so spread it out. We want a generous layer because we don't want any of this meat sitting on plastic because that's where bacteria can grow
On plastic.
on the meat.
Yeah.
Or if it touches the plastic, yeah. So, can you get me some of that paper towel? There's a roll of that behind there next to the... So what I'll do, I think I'm going to turn them this way a bit. There you go. How you going there, guys? Yep, so what we're going to do is pat the top is dry.
So you're going to put the top down like that?
Let me stand this up. Wow. It's rock hard, that's good, it's a good thing. So we'll pat that down. Not too rough, buddy.
It is the skin, so it's a bit harder.
Yep. So the reason I'm going to flip it over now, 2 big reasons. The first one being that not a lot of liquid will run out of the fat. It'll run out the other side. So we're going to dip it in there. Make sure we've got all the meat covered, including the top knuckle. Push down in there. Now this is good West Australian collected salt.
So probably from the salt plant, eh?
Yeah, I'd imagine. Any chunks of wet salt that are coming out.
Put it in the tub for me to clean.
Alright, now. Make sure the floor of that is covered. Alright, now all the salt around the edges here, pack it on anywhere the meat is exposed, so we don't want it touching the side of the tub without salt between it and the tub. Pack it into the fat crevices. This is a very important part of this process, is
2
getting
years this lasts.
No, the brining. The brining is
6 months.
no, the salts until I can leave it for like a week and no liquid comes out. Should be able to feel it. Lift it. Oh no, that's dry. Is it on?
It's good then.
Okay.
That's good if it's dry.
You want it to breathe, so we're not putting the plastic bag Oh, good catch. You guys, you nearly went into the bloody briny water. So now, as I was saying, you want to make sure that it's sitting level and it's pressing down, but you don't want it to be covered. I thought you might want it covered, but you want air to get to it. That's important. So now that it's pressed flat and it's all completely salted up, I'm looking, no salt fell off. So we are good to go. Straight back in the cool room. Now I'm not going to do a video every time I do this, but we're going to be doing this every couple of days for like 4 weeks. Or until the salt underneath the ham stays completely dry.
Like, subscribe and share.
In the meantime, while we're waiting for this, subscribe if you haven't already. Like the video if you like it. Share it with all your friends on Facebook and Instagram and whatever platform you're on.
Whatever.
And comment below. Let us know if you've done anything like this, if you're interested in doing something like this, all of that sort of stuff. Anything you want me to show you, or yeah, questions you have, tips or tricks, you might be really good at it and have some really good tips for us, so just comment below. And that's it for us today. That was pretty quick and easy. Yeah. So what are we doing here?
We're making bags, seal bags, to do for mincing.
For the next lot of sausages,
The
right?
next lot of sausages.
So we've already done 10 kilos of chorizo,
Yes.
pork chorizo sausage.
Yeah.
And now we just prepare bags so that when the sausages are made, we can have like a production line. It's much easier.
And this is how you do it.
Yeah, you put these.
No, can you please put it down?
I'll put it down.
And then you put that little
Yep.
batch down, not to the middle, all the way down.
All the way down so the lights come on.
And then you press seal. And then when the red button,
The red light goes out.
when the red light goes out like that, you undo it. You bring it out until
About where your pen is, remember? Yep.
And then you push down so it doesn't go all over the place. You do it like
There you
that.
go. I think that's enough bags for now.
Yeah,
And here
uh-oh.
we have skins being rinsed. And then the mince gets... Oh, have you already rubbed the truffle through?
Yes.
So these ones are truffle parmesan
So can I pull them out,
pork
please?
sausage. And if you make it with ice and like iced water, the sausages work a lot better. So what's this one? That's the first one we did. That's the one we're doing now.
Nice and cold.
So good.
Your hands are red.
Show me, Grace.
They're red.
Can you walk me in here?
So there is all the chorizo ones, all bagged up and labelled so we know what we're getting out of the freezer.
Yabby bait.
Yeah, a bit of kidney rabbit.
Mum, can
I
you-
don't eat pork kidney.
Mum, can you-
The rest of the mince is going to be bagged up as mince to
Don't look
use
up
in
there.
cooking.
Let me in. Oh, sorry. I did one. Press this, so you'll have.
Get out,
exit
hop out.
wide stop.
We like to keep it cold. Good girl.
Stop.
All right, I'll be back in a minute when they've made the sausages.
I'm thinking made any cardboard. That's all weird. And like now, fridge, freezer. Oh, everything's so good. And even if you get your drawers right, you get pantries and you can have it all ripping up ready to. Well, work out that. Put a wagon. Might be a bit harder.
What happened?
It's the baby one, Ellen. Hello, buddy.
He
Hey!
said Master Man when I got
Master Man.
So go get some master.
I've just been running the dairy day spa.
Oh.
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
Everyone's been getting a massage.
Now we're going to go chuck all of our lovely smoky bones for soups into the freezer until we need them. And we're going to chill because it has been a huge 2 weeks. Thank you so much for joining us. Take care of each other and bye for now.